Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I am super excited about today's video because we are going to be doing contouring 101. So I'm going to sit down with you and I'm going to apply it for you, of course, on camera. And we're going to talk about the purpose of contouring. And when I say contour, in this instance, I'm referring to actual contour, so the dark colors that we apply to kind of chisel out our faces, so to speak, as well as concealing and highlighting, shimmery highlighters, blushes, and bronzing. And so I feel like there are a lot of women that really would contour, but they're just a little scared of it. And so I thought that maybe if we sat down and we talked about it a little bit, that we could actually garner a little bit of it. That's fine. Sorry. That we could actually garner a little bit of an understanding with it. And so I really hope that y'all enjoy this. And let's go ahead and get started. So first I'm going to go ahead and pin up my bangs here, so now you can see how high my forehead is. You can see my lovely forehead lines because that's fun. So let's just pin these back. Now I am using cream contour today. I know that a lot of people that do contour only contour with powder. I have done both. I prefer cream. I feel like you have a little bit more control over what you're doing, and so that's why I'm doing that. And not all of these are drugstore products. You can definitely find drugstore products for these, but these were bought whenever I wasn't quite so broke. And I still have them. So to start out with, we are going to be highlighting first. But I'm going to, and when I say highlighting in this instance, we're going to be concealing and lifting and brightening and things like that. And if you were actually covering a blemish, you would want to use a concealer that is your skin tone's color. This concealer that I'm going to be using to do that with today is Maybelline. Turn it the right way, Leah. Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles Treatment Concealer. This stuff is amazing. This is the lightest shade they have. It's not super bright for me, but it does kind of work. But first I'm going to go on with the ABH Contour Cream Kit, and this is in light, and I'm going to be using the Cool Pink, this color, the Cool Pink. And this is a color corrector, and so I'm just going to apply this. Yes, my nail broke. I'm so mad it broke right before I started filming. Both of my middle fingers are broke now. And I think it has something to do with these arched nails like this. My natural nail is super flat, and every single time I put on nails that are arched like that, they break. So I think it's creating an air pocket or something funky. I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to apply this, and we're going to put this where we want to draw attention, where we want to anchor contour. Be careful because I have lipstick on. Or where we're trying to get it to advance. Now I have, you can kind of see, I have quite a long chin. And so I want to try to shorten my chin. And so what I'm going to do to help shorten it a bit is I'm going to apply the concealer here instead of pulling it all the way down. We're going to go down the bridge of the nose, which that's a little crooked, but that's okay. And then go up. Now, you're creating the illusion, ideally, an ideal face shape. You should be able to fit one of your eyeballs in between your eyes. And so we're going to help give that illusion. We're also going to go under the eye. You're going to start at the corner, go down to the corner of the nose, and then up. And then just fill this in. And then the same way on this side. And that's it. Now, if you had a very short forehead, my forehead is quite high. If you had a very short forehead, you would pull this up a little bit more. I don't, so we're not doing that, of course. And now I'm just going to blend this, and this is a Real Technique sponge. And yes, it looks like a hot mess because my daughter went after it with a pair of tweezers. And it's still such a good sponge that I just, haven't replaced it. I'm just going to blend this in. Now, if you're using a concealer that you feel like is not quite pigmented enough for you and, like you want a fuller coverage, then what you can do is put your concealer on. I'm sorry, I put my palette right in front of me. Sorry. What you can do is you can put your concealer on, and then you can just let it sit for just a few minutes, a few seconds, depending on how long it takes to dry down, and let it dry just a little bit, and then start blending it out. And I'm going to rub this in a little bit here. I have a very bad dry patch right here. You can't really see it on camera. And so I have to be very careful how much product I put over it and then how much I blend it out and smush it or whatever. Okay, so now we're going to set this really quick. And to set this, I am using the Bella Pierre Banana Setting Powder. The label's like completely gone. And I'm using a Crowd Dual fiber brush to set this with. You want to set it to prevent from creasing. We are not putting powder all over our whole face yet. This stuff, I'm trying to use it up because it is way too yellow for me. I need a kind of more pinky color. And it is yellow because they're trying to get a little bit of color correcting from it. But unfortunately, it's just way too yellow for me. And it's a great texture. Plus, Bella Pierre is, I think they're organic. Oh no, it's got silicone in it. Never mind. Okay. All right, so now we're going to move on to our actual contour. And the contour today, I'm going to be using the ABH Contour Cream Kit in Light. This is a little too warm for me. I actually really need it in Fair, but it's harder to find in Fair. And I have been able to make it work because obviously I've hit pan on quite a bit of these. And we're also going to be using the NYX Wonder Stick in Light Medium, I think is the name of this. Yes, Light Medium. And so first I'm going to kind of map out all of my contour, and then we're going to talk about how to use it. To contour, I'm also using the Crown Contour Brush. This is the greatest brush of all time. It's a goat. Okay, so I'm going to be taking the lightest, or rather the darkest color in this palette here. This is called Cinnamon. And I'm going to pack quite a bit of product onto my brush. And first, of course, we're going to be adding this to the cheekbone, well, the hollow of the cheek rather, to help create a nice cheek. So you look a little chiseled. She's mad because she just dropped her toy. Hold on. Come here. She's mad because she dropped her toy and she wants to be in the video too. All right, you sit right there. Okay, so we're going to just blend this in circles. You always want to blend up, don't blend down. We do not want to mess up this pretty white that we have here because this is actually going to help anchor the rest of our contour and give kind of like a point of reference. Going down right here helps visually stop the cheekbone, and so if your chin is quite pointed like mine, this is going to help kind of draw it back just a bit. It's also going to give you that gorgeous Olivia Wilde chiseled cheekbone area thing. So I'm going to take a little bit more, and we're going to contour the jaw. Now, if you have quite a heavy jaw, you are actually going to apply this contour directly on the jawbone. I do not, so I'm not doing that, of course. And then, like I said, my chin is a little heavy, so I'm going to shorten my chin a bit. This is really hard to do with one hand, y'all. Always start your contour right here at the earlobe and then pull it. Do not blend up, blend down, unless of course your jawbone is quite heavy, and then you would definitely want to blend up a little bit. Now, I do not have that beautiful Audrey Hepburn 90-degree profile. Not at all. No matter how thin I get, even now as a size 8, I still have that, and I hate it. So I'm going to contour that as well, and this is a great way to slim your face down. And what you're going to do is you're going to start back here again and pull it this way. This is a very flattering angle, isn't it? And then do the same side. Now, I am using a slightly heavy hand because I do wash out pretty bad on this camera. Even with the extra lighting, it does cause me to wash out. Anytime... Shh. Sorry. Anytime you contour underneath here, you're going to pull this contour down to help slim down the neck as well. And I'm going to take my sponge and I'm just going to kind of... Would you like to get down and go be obnoxious somewhere else? Okay. Now I'm going to contour my forehead. Now I do have quite a high forehead, so I do like to contour it. But I do... Shh. I do have bangs, so it does hide a lot of this. But I do still like to do it just to help with that. If your forehead is on the very short side, you would bring your highlight up a bit more, and then you would do an extremely thin line of contour because you've got to have that kind of frame of reference, so to speak, so that you can really see what's happening. Now we're going to go and contour the nose. You do not have to contour your nose. I do. I'm going to be using this Royal and Langnickel Precision Angle Brush, and I'm going to use my NYX Wonder Stick on the right side. Yes. Okay. And anytime you contour your nose, you always want to bring the contour up this way toward the brow bone. Now, you do not have to actually put product there. You can just pull it up. But you do want it here, or else your nose is going to look chopped off, and you're going to have like this weird line. Also, I feel like my nose is a little thick on the sides, so I do add a bit of extra here. If you want your nose to turn up a little bit more like mine does, you would put a strip of contour right there. You want down? Dish. That's no. I'm also going to put it in my Cupid's bow. This is totally unnecessary, but I like to do it. And then I'm going to put it down here below my lip and kind of pull it down this way. This is going to do two things. One, it's going to make my bottom lip look bigger because it's going to create a shadow, but it's also going to help give a frame of reference. I know I keep saying that, but it's going to help do that to help make sure that the white part right here stands out much more. Sorry, she's in a nightgown and her diaper. It's early. Okay, and we're just going to blend that in, and let me check, because I've only got one hand, so, yeah, okay. And then below here, and I like to pull this out and down like this, so it kind of does like this little curvy deal. And then I'm going to take my sponge again, and I'm just going to go over, oh, okay, I didn't get my lipstick. I'm not wearing liquid lipstick today, I'm wearing actual lipstick, so I don't want it to smudge all over. Okay, now I'm going to highlight just a little bit on my nose, and no, I'm not, because she's lost my pencil. Okay, normally what I would do is I would take a NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and I dab it just along the bridge of the nose here, and then I dab it up here a bit to help make my lips look a little bit fuller. But she has lost it somewhere, and I'm not about to take 10 forevers in a video trying to find it. So now that we have contoured, we're going to go ahead and apply our powder. And this is just a little no-name powder brush left over from beauty school. And I'm going to be using the Monica Dar, the Monica Dar Flawless Finish Dual Powder in Flawless Linen. And because I do not have a kabuki brush that, you know, has like super dense bristles that I can really buff the powder in with, I'm going to take my brush. Stop it now. I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to hold this very close like this. And I'm going to pack it in and then buff it. And I'm just going to repeat this. That's a lot of powder. Hold on. I'm just going to repeat this all over my face. What are you doing, Fussy Britches? Okay. Okay. So now that we have that, that's good. Now, when you apply powder, you have all these little hairs all over your face, and because we buffed that in, it's kind of made them all go wonky. So we're going to take Coty Airspun powder. I'm not actually going to use the powder, but we're going to take the powder puff from this, although there's probably, yeah, there's powder on it. And this is just going to be used to brush all those hairs back down so you get a nicer finish. Okay, and now we're going to go on to baking. Now, no, we're not going to bake a cake. We're going to bake our powder. This is something that originated with drag queens, and the reason why they did it is because they were using it to get a very nice, bright highlight to help show off all the contour that they were doing, obviously, to make their faces more feminine. And so a scaled down version of this now is very popular because contouring your face now is super popular. So the best way to do this to prevent it from going all over your face is you're applying this wherever you applied highlight, or to clean up your contour lines. You're going to pack it onto your sponge. This is one of those little cheapy disposable sponges, but these are great because they make that nice straight edge. And then you're going to very slowly press it in. I hope I don't mess up my under eye makeup there. I normally don't have it done right now. press it into the skin. And this is a great way to ensure that you can seriously pack it on there. You can see how white that is without getting it all over your clothes and the rest of your face. Okay, this needs to sit for about 5 minutes. It can't sit too long. It's not going to like over process or something. Normally what I would do at this point is I would go on and do my eyebrows, and then I would go in with my bronzer. Obviously my brows are done, so we're going to go on to bronzer. And to bronze today, I am going to be using the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. And you can see it is slightly shimmery. I typically prefer a bronzer with no shimmer, but because this is very subtle, it's okay. There's a big misconception that you could totally contour your whole face the way I just did with bronzer, and you can't, because like I said, this bronzer is shimmery. And you don't want that because it would defeat your whole purpose, because remember, light advances and you're trying to recede an area, so you're kind of being counterproductive here, and that doesn't work out well. Bronzer is meant to warm up the skin, and so basically the idea would be you could totally put it all over your whole face, although I would not recommend that unless you've got a matte one. But basically what it would do is, like, if you were to walk outside right now, although it wouldn't work right now because the weather's awful, but if you were to turn your face up towards the sun and then leave it there, these parts of the face, the temples, the sides of the nose, parts of the cheeks, although I do not bronze my cheeks, but you definitely could, those are the areas that you want to bronze. I always do go over my contour with my bronzer, and this is great when you're going over a bake, because when you take this bake off, you're going to get a great finish. This, by the way, is the e.l.f. Professional bronzing brush. Now you could definitely, this is not an all or nothing thing, you could definitely, if you had yourself a good slightly dark bronzer that had no shimmer in it, you could definitely do this and not contour your face. It obviously would not look like mine, but you would still get quite a bit of definition there. And even if you didn't want to highlight, and when I say highlight in this instance, I'm talking about very shimmery highlight, if you used a shimmery blush, it would still give a similar effect as well. And so that would be a great kind of dress down method of this. I'm not going to give you a contour video though and not really go into depth and show you everything. Now we're going to take our bake off. You're going to take your sponge and press this into the skin slowly. Just like this. Do not brush it away immediately, because you could smear the makeup underneath it from all the heat that we have going on. And she has taken my blush brush, my little brush. That's okay. And then just take a brush. I normally use a much smaller powder brush, and just brush your excess away. Okay, now we're going to move on to blush. And I think that if people aren't scared of blush, they're darn sure scared. Words, people. I think that if people are not scared of contour, they're darn sure scared of blush. Blush is a wonderful, wonderful product, because you're able to really bring a lot of balance to any look. You can even tone down an eye look with the right blush. And if you're a little iffy on what blush shade to use, the easiest way to do it is to pinch your cheeks, obviously when you don't have makeup on. Go ahead and pinch your cheeks and then see what color you've got, and then that would be a very natural blush, and then you can take it several steps darker if you prefer. And so for blush today, I'm going to be using the Steve Laurent blush in Blushing. This is a beautiful shade, and I'm going to be using the Luxie 514 blush brush. I love Luxie brushes, they're my favorite. Now blush placement, one thing that you really need to remember is that you want to take your 2 fingers with my broken fingernail and put them right here on your nostril. The blush should never go past this index finger. If it goes past a little bit, that's okay, but you don't want it to go too far past, or else you're going to end up with apples, and that is not cute. It's going to make your cheeks look super round and high and chubby, and just not a good look. Now this is a super pigmented blush. I'm just going to dab it on here. You can do like this to help make the cheekbones stand out just a bit more, so that you can see your placement. And because this is such a pigmented blush, I do dab it on first, and then I start kind of buffing it in. And now the other one. Oh, I had way more product on my brush on the other side. Hello. This is a very, obviously you can see, this is a very buildable blush too. Okay. There we go. And now every time after I put my blush on, I always kind of rub it with my hand to help it smear into my skin a little bit more because I am super fair. All right, now last but not least is highlighter. This is actually the second time I filmed this video. And the first time I filmed it, I was using my glow kit, my ABH glow kit. And I had it sitting on the table right here, and the baby reached and she tore it. Or not tore it, but she destroyed it. So I'm going to have to press this back in here with some alcohol. But we're going to go ahead and do highlighter. And since she did mess this one up, I'm going to go ahead and use it because it's all over the kit. And it is the color Hot Sand. If you have this, this is the one that I'm using. And to put this on, I'm going to be using the Shining Glam for Ipsy B36 Tapered Highlight Brush. This is a perfect highlighter brush. Highlighter, when we're talking about it now, is shimmery, and we're going to be applying this to areas that we really want to draw attention to, in areas that are naturally higher on the face, so that light would be bouncing off of them. Will you hush? Yeah. So the idea would be to apply it to the cheekbones, the Cupid's bow, a bit on the chin. Remember I said my chin is on the long side, so I don't want to put it all the way down here because it's going to really draw attention to what I just contoured. And then down the bridge of the nose and a little bit between the eyes. You can also apply this to the brow bone. Oh, that's so pretty. You can also apply this to the brow bone, to the inner corner, anywhere that you want to be really glowy. I have seen some people pull it this way. I don't like that, but you could definitely do that. She wants to eat. Rubbing around on my chest. And just for my chin to make it stay small, I stay small because I totally changed it, right? I just simply do it like this down here. And that is, she just did it again. These are super soft powders, and so they're almost creamy. And so it's very easy to mess them up. Okay, so that, everyone, she's just mad because you can't tear it up. Look how cute my hair is, y'all. Okay, so anyway, that is the finished look. Bangs are going on crazy. Should have left them up. Anyway, that is the finished look. I hope y'all really liked it. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you did. That'll let me know to do more videos like this. Also, if you have not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You do have to have a YouTube account to subscribe to my channel, but it's super easy. You just give them your email and do all that good stuff. It's pretty quick and simple and painless, I guess you could say. So thank y'all so much for taking the time to watch. This is actually the second one of these that I have done. This little thing right here has been extra dramatic through both of them, but I'm not doing it again because that means I had to remove my makeup again. And I'm not doing it. So this might not, yes, you see the baby. This might not even get uploaded. I'm not even sure yet. But anyway, so let me know if y'all like this video, if you would like to see another one like this. I was thinking that I could do a 101 series and show you how to do eyelashes and eyebrows and eyeliner and, you know, things like that, because I thought that would be kind of fun. I still, of course, will do some DIY videos. I actually have to make a couple of things today, and I might film those as well. So anyway, I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and let me know in the comment section, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.